Inhale deeply for Om. 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 Asatoma sakamaya, asatoma sakamaya, tamasoma joytigamaya, tamasoma joytigamaya, mrityoma amritam gamaya, mrityoma amritam gamaya. Om Sabisham Swasti Bhavatu. Om Sabisham Swasti Bhavatu. Sabisham Shanti Bhavatu. Sabisham Shanti Bhavatu. Sabisham Purnam Bhavatu. Sabisham Purnam Bhavatu. Sabisham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sabesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Triambakam Yajamahe. Om Triambakam Yajamahe. Sugandhim Pushtivaranam. Sugandhim Pushtivaranam. Ovarukamiva bandhanat. Ovarukamiva bandhanat. Mritya mukshiyamamritat. Mritya mukshiyamamritat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace, peace, peace. Bring your hands into Anjali Mudra. Visualize a place in nature that's important to you. Bring that place into your mind's eye. Dedicate your practice to that holy place. Namaste. Welcome, everybody. Okay, so today we're going back to the first class of term, forward bending sequence, but in the middle part where we have this Janusishasana, single-legged forward bend sequence, that middle part of the sandwich, which is a long sequence, this time we replace it with the Sage Marichiasana sequence, which is the first sequence in the asymmetric seated Vinyasas. So the one we've got on the sheet at the moment is this second one down, which can be done with the leg in Janusishasana, like so, or with the foot in half lotus, like so. But the first one that we're doing today is Marichiasana A, where the foot is up, and it's all the vinyasas come from this position. So you're working very differently into the hip joint, into the legs, and into the lower back. And it kind of like what you're doing when you switch the position of the legs in these options that you have for the single-legged sequence is you're just putting a different angle each time into the hip joint when you fold forward. So it's a very important sort of sequence for the health of the hips and the pelvis and the lower back. And if you, instead of just doing the same thing all the time, you can switch these as you go through this forward bending sequence. That make sense? So we've done all of them over the time, but we're just working on that one today. And the rest of the sequence is just the same. So that's the way you can change things up. Okay, We're on the same shloka, shloka 16 from Yoganjalisaram. Attachment is the origin of disease. Through attachment, the disease spreads. Through yoga, turn away from feeding attachment and distance yourself from both the attachment and superficial pleasure. So in the translation, the word for attachment used here in the translation is the origin of disease. So desire is the origin of the disease is the result. So desire is the word they're using for attachment. And we spoke a little bit last week about the fact that there's nothing wrong with desire if it's desire for the right thing. So from a yogic perspective, that means that the desire, the thing you have desire for, should be something that uplifts the soul. And it should be something that's beneficial, not just for yourself, but for other beings, but firstly for yourself. If it isn't beneficial for you, then it's much more difficult to do deeds which are beneficial for others. And that can be all others, like the place, like in nature that you just dedicate your practice to. It could be an animal, it could be a person, it could be a society, etc. And so that's Dharma. When you do right action that is uplifting for your soul, that's called Dharma. And when you do action which pulls the soul down, pulls the prana down, that's called Adharma. A negates in Sanskrit. So Adharma is an action that you do which is not beneficial to you and probably not beneficial to anyone else either. Okay? So that's Dharma and Adharma, two very important concepts in yoga. And so we are in the age of the Kali Yuga. The Kali Yuga means the age of dissolution. From an Indian cultural perspective, it's the period of time where everything goes to shit, basically. And I think we can see that's what's happening in the world. So it's an age where there will be wars, it's an age where there will be destruction, and it's said to be the age of spiritual dissolution. So that, I think, is the world we're experiencing. And it's a troublesome, difficult world to live in. But the thing that they say about this time is that it is a wonderful time for spiritual practice. So in this time when everything's going down the pan, everything's difficult, there's a world full of conflict outside of us and also inside of us, that's when spiritual practice is most important. If you're living in the Sattva Yuga, which is going to be the next stage in several hundred, maybe, I can't remember how many years it is, but it's something like 100,000 years time, 1,000 years time. When that happens, you won't need to worry so much about spiritual practice because you'll be in a state of Sattva, and the world will be in a state of Sattva, and everything will be in balance, and you won't be conflicted, you won't be unhappy. There'll be a lot of kind of like, we'll all be in a blissful hippie state of love, or maybe not. But you know what I mean? It's that kind of idea. Sattva is pure, Sattva is creative, Sattva is intelligent. Kali Yuga is the opposite. And so this is when we need yogis. So the idea of the yogi is that they are the ones that maintain spiritual practice in times of dissolution, and other spiritual practitioners from other traditions and other faiths. That's when it's almost the most important, because our job is to keep that alive, keep that spiritual life alive, so that we can share it with others and we can carry it forward. There's this Lawrence Durrell quote I was going to read. Has any of you heard of Lawrence Durrell? Yeah, famous novelist. He died in about 1990, something like that, born in the 30s. He was a playwright and a novelist, but a philosopher and a thinker. And he was also quite like T.S. Eliot, sort of a contemporary of his, like influenced by Indian philosophy and culture. But this is something he has to say about a herbalist in France. Of Ludo Charendon, a traditional herbalist in Provence, Lawrence Durrell has this to say: I saw him as belonging to that obstinate tribe of men and women, the creative yay-saying ones who are obstinately holding the pass, until the rest of us come to our senses and decide what we want to live for and with and how. Yes, my friends, it is up to us to be the catalyst for change in a dysfunctional world. Pretty much describes the role of the yogi in the world. I saw him as belonging to that obstinate tribe of men and women, the creative yay-saying ones who are obstinately holding the pass, until the rest of us come to our senses and decide what we want to live for and with and how. Yes, it is up to us to be the catalyst for change in a dysfunctional world. Yeah, so that's why sadness is so important now. Does that make sense? Are you with me? I'll read one more thing. T.S. Eliot, Choruses from the Rock, 1934. The world turns and the world changes, but one thing does not change. In all of my years, one thing does not change. However you disguise it, this thing does not change. The perpetual struggle of good and evil. Forgetful, you neglect your shrines and churches. The men you are in these times deride what has been done of good. You find explanations to satisfy the rational and enlightened mind. Second, you neglect and belittle the desert. The desert is not remote in southern tropics. The desert is not only round the corner. The desert is squeezed into the tube train next to you. The desert is in the heart of your brother and your sister. The good man is the builder, if you build what is good. I'll show you the things that are now being done, and some of the things that were long ago done, that you may take heart. Make perfect your will. Let me show you the work of the humble. Listen. Namaste. Come to your mat, stand to Asana. Can you remember the opening sequence yet? The Hasta Vinyasas, arms over the head, lean to the side, twist. Okay, feel free to begin. I'll start you off. Tadasana. Chest up, chin down, look hard. Ujjayi breathing. Inhale, widen overhead. Flip your palms, lift out your hips. Exhale, widen down. 2 more. And then Parsvabhangi, side stretch. Once each side, second time hold, short inhale, long exhale. Keep top shoulder back. Move the hips out as you fold to the side. Equal weight in both feet. At the end of the long breath, you can also use bandhas. Pause the breath. Remember, when you come to the center, the chin goes down. When you go to the side, the chin lifts and you look straight ahead. Done with meeting Tadasana. And then it's back bending, all these different spinal positions, opening, stretching the lungs in different ways. Inhale, bring your arms widen over your head. And then you choose, as the arms go behind, reverse prayer. Hold the opposite elbow or interlock the hands behind the back. But the main thing is to squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then on the inhale, you arch back. And pause a bit, and on the exhale, you stand up. Do that 2 more times. If your hands are in prayer, it's quite nice to push the hands into the back of the heart space and try and open the chest a little more with the hands, drawing your elbows back and your shoulders down. And then when you're done that, the arms go over the head. We meet in Tadasana again. Try and stretch your spine, lungs a little bit more every time you reach up. Then it's spinal twist. The inhale, the arms come up and to the side, shoulder level. And then exhale, twist to the right. And then go to the left, and then go to the right again and hold for a short inhale and a long exhale. Take your time, long, slow breathing. And when you hold the pose, nudge the right hip forward a little bit and ground the inside of that right foot so you feel the twist come all the way up through your body. Keep your shoulders down, your head back in line with your spine. Try to stretch hand to hand. And then when you change to the left, nudge the left hip forward. Try to get the legs straight, thighs engaged, feet pressing down. Keep the Ujjayi breath. And then we'll meet in Tadasana. And it's Tadasana Vinyasas. On the inhale, bring the arms wide and over the head, flip the palms. As you exhale, lift the heels. Hold. Inhale, lower the heels. And exhale, slowly lower the arms. Heels are touching, it's slightly easier to balance usually. And now the heels and the arms together. Inhale, raise the heels and the arms. And this time you're going to hold. You can stay there with looking at the floor in front of you, or on the exhale, twist to the left. And on the inhale, you come to center, and exhale, twist to the right. And then come to the center and lift a little bit higher. And exhale, Tadasana. Heels down, arms down, slowly together. Very nice. And then do the Uttanasana. Inhale, arms wide and overhead. And then with the chin on the chest, gazing into the navel, moves the hips back until your spine's parallel with the floor. You can keep your legs really firm. Move the weight back a bit into the heels so the toes go long. And then inhale, come up. Arch back a little bit at the top. Exhale, go down halfway. You're going to stay there now. The more you push the hips back, strengthen the legs, draw the tummy in, more stable. And inhale, bring the arms wide like wings. Good. Lift the chest forward, push the hips back. Good. And inhale, exhale, bring the arms forward, interlock the fingers. And stay down. And exhale, bring the arms wide. Inhale, bring the arms wide. Exhale, bring the arms forward, flip the palms, push the hips back more, lift the chest forward more. And on the inhale, come up, arch back. And then as you exhale, push your hips back more, fold all the way down, put the hands on the floor or the legs. Relax the neck. Good. And then flip the palms, inhale, come all the way up. And next time you go down, take the posture for 3 breaths. Hold the big toes, hold the legs, or slide the hands under the feet. Look nose, Nasagra, relax the neck. Lengthen the exhale. Your face relaxed. After your 3 breaths, come up when you're ready. We meet in Tadasana. Arch back a little at the top, really stretch as you come up. Keep the arms stretching forward as you come up, and the hips stretching back. And then exhale, Tadasana. Surya Namaskar, sun salutation. Inhale, come towards the front of your mat. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. Om Mitre Namaha. Inhale, widen overhead. Om Ravi Namaha. Exhale, fold. Hold the breath out. Om Sri Namaha, inhale. Exhale, squat down, empty the lungs. Hold the breath out. Om Vanave Namaha, short inhale. Hop or step back. Chaturanga. Hold. Om Kage Namaha, full prostration. Hold breath in. Om Pushni Namaha, Chaturanga. Om Hiranyagabe Namaha, inhale, up dog. Om Marichi Namaha, back. Om Sabitre Namaha, forward. Om Savitre Namaha, inhale, straighten. Exhale, folds. Om Ake Namaha, flip the palms, inhale up. Exhale, Anjali Mudra. Om Bhaskare Namaha, inhale. Exhale, Tadasana. So remember that the mantras go in the space between the breaths where the movement is still. So there has to be a pause in the movement, and there has to be a holding of the breath when the mantra is repeated. Inhale. Exhale, Anjali. Om Mitre Namaha. Inhale. Om Rave Namaha. Exhale. Om Sare Namaha. Om Vanave Namaha. Om Kage Namaha. Full prostration. Om Pushni Namaha. Chaturanga. Om Hiranyagabe Namaha. Om Marichi Namaha. Wait, don't move when the mantra is being chanted. Om Adiche Namaha. Om Savitre Namaha. Om Ake Namaha. And then the hands go to the heart. Om Bhaskare Namaha. Tadasana. Look heart, take breath. Turn to the right, stand to Asana. Inhale, raise the arms shoulder level. Exhale, don't move. Hold the breath out, hop or step the feet, triangle distance. Inhale, bring the arms over the head, flip the palms. Exhale, turn the right foot out and the left foot in, square the hips for the short side of the mat, nice shorter stance. Back foot turned in sharply. Inhale, arch back. Square the hips, exhale, fold over the right leg. Put the hands on the floor or the shin. Relax the neck. Flip the palms. Inhale, come up, arch back at the top. Draw the left hip forward. And then separate the palms, exhale, go down. Nice and slow. Strong ujjayi as you go down, remember. Flip the palms, push the hips back to lift up. Good. Now you have an option. Exhale, bring the hands behind you in reverse prayer. Hold your elbows or interlock the hands behind your back. Inhale, lift and open your chest. Arch back. Exhale, fold. Take 3 breaths, gazing gently at the back heel for balance. Relax your neck. Exhales longer. Your palms are together behind your heart. Lift your elbows up as much as you can. When you've done your 3 breaths, you can come up. Exhale. As you inhale, you bring the arms back over the head. And then exhale, separate the palms, fold down, put the hands on the floor, either side of the front foot. And as you inhale, raise the back leg, standing splits. Relax your neck, look at the standing foot. Breathe smoothly, relax your face. And just work on pressing down into the standing foot, engaging the standing leg. And so the top leg just lifts a little bit naturally. You want to hold the ankle with one or both hands to turn it into a balance, you can. And then exhale, bring the back foot down where it was. Flip your palms and inhale, come up. Arch back. Exhale, turn to the sides, hand to the waist. Look hard, take a breath. And inhale, arms widen over the head, flip your palms. Exhale, left foot out, right foot in, square the hips to the short side. Good. And then do the same thing. Inhale, arch back. 2 vinyasas, third time come up and take your arm variation. Then go down and hold for 3 breaths. Hands can just go to the leg. They don't have to go all the way to the floor. Come up and down 2 times. Third time, choose your arm variation and then go down and hold. Nice, strong ujjayi breath as you fold forward. And the work in the posture is to really push down through the inseam of the front foot and the outside of the back foot. Lengthen the exhale and just narrow the waist a little bit more at the end of each exhale. Keep pushing the hips back as you move the heart forward and down. Try and keep the chest open. Look gently at the back heel so there's no tension in the neck. Breaths are smooth and long. And then when you come up, release the hands. Inhale, bring the arms over the head. Exhale, fold forward. Do standing splits for 3 breaths. And then when you're ready, you come out the way you went in. Meet in Trikonasana sitting. Very nice. Hands on the waist, gaze in the heart. And the end of the next exhale, hop or step your feet together. Turn to face the front, lead and return sequence. Inhale, arms widen over the head, flip your palms. Exhale, palms face forward. Inhale, arch back. And exhale, fold all the way. Nice, slow movement. And the knees, get the hands on the floor, short inhale. Long exhale into the lungs. Squat down, bring the forehead to the knees. Heels may rise. Short inhale. Hop or step, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Hands are a bit too wide, Martha. Get your hands more under the shoulders. 3 breaths. Long exhales, optional bandhas. The end of each breath. Your hands are a bit too narrow, Jane. Bring them a bit wider and try and roll your shoulders more away from your ears. Your head down. Try and roll your shoulders that way. So you have more space here. When you've done your 3 breaths, hop or step forward. Squat down, Utkatasana. Separate the knees. Extend the arms forward parallel with the floor. And then drop your shoulders inside your knees. Bring your knees wide. Arms parallel with the floor. And slowly sit down. Straight legs, hands beside the hips. Inhale, bring the arms over the head, flip your palms. Exhale, don't move. And then keep your legs strong and narrow your waist as you inhale onto your back. Bring the arms over your head. Inhale onto your back. And exhale, hands to your waist. Take rest there. Switch off the Ujjayi, look into your heart. Watch the breath begin. Watch the breath return to the center of your chest. Switch off Ujjayi. I'm going to do Tataka Mudra in a minute. We're going to do Tataka Mudra. And Tataka Mudra today, I want you to focus on when you do the bandhas in Tataka Mudra, the arms are over the head and you lift the perineum, draw the lower abdomen in and up with the lungs empty. Try to focus today just on the Mula Bandha. So the lift in the perineum. And try to let the abdominal muscles actually completely relax. So that the vacuum you've created by holding the exhale naturally draws the abdominal viscera back towards the spine and up towards the heart. And so the diaphragm can float up freely. If you actually use the abdominal muscles and you contract them, it restricts the depth and the power of the pond in the belly. So the more you relax the abdomen, the deeper the action of the posture. But what you want to be doing is focusing more on the Mula Bandha in the perineum. Really sucking that in and up, it will activate everything else you need to activate. Feet together, arms by the sides. Inhale, bring the arms over the head. No, sorry. You've got interlocked fingers and bring the arms over the head. And then flex the feet and draw the lower back towards the floor. Turn your gaze down to the nabby, navel. Feet flex, lower back down. And then take a short inhale and a very long exhale. Completely empty your lungs. And then hold the breath out. Strongly lift the perineum, and as you stretch more, feel the hollow in the belly deepen. Fingers should be interlocked and the hands pushing away. And then when you need to release the perineum. Inhale, bring the hands over your face. Change the interlock of your fingers, and exhale, bring the arms back over your head. And do the same thing again on that long exhale. And even when you get to the end of the exhale, if you can just then puff out just a little bit more air so the lungs are a bit more empty, that also helps. Focus on the perineum, relax the abdomen. And then when you're ready, do one more. Change the interlock of the fingers again. Try to draw the lower back down more as you lift the perineum. That will also help. Keep the gaze turned down into just behind the navel. That will also help. This activates the prana and sushumna nadi. Very good for the health of the internal organs, reproductive system, digestive system, liver, kidneys, spleen, and the heart. And then when you're ready, bring the hands back beside the hips, keep the legs together, big toe bases touching, hands close to the body. Maintain the center line of the body, look into the heart, switch off Ujjayi and relax. And then inhale, bring the arms over the head, flip the palms. Exhale, separate the palms and completely empty the lungs. Arms over the head. And then sit up and fold over your legs and take your big toes. And then interlock your fingers, inhale, come up. And roll all the way onto your back. Use your core, keep your legs strong. And then a long exhale, hold the breath out. Sit up, take the outsides of your feet. Second vinyasa. You can always push yourself up if you need to, no need to struggle. And then same thing, inhale, come up, roll onto your back. And the final time, come up with the lungs empty, you hold, bring the hands over the tops of the feet, with the tips of the fingers towards the heels. 3 padahastas. Padahastas are the hand positions on the feet. And then interlock your fingers and inhale, come up halfway. And exhale, bring the hands beside the hips. Dandasana. Now we move into the Marichiasana sequence. If you if you find the forward bends a bit challenging, then it's probably good to put a little block or cushion under your hips. And you're going to be bending your right leg, so you probably want the block just under your left sit bone, not under both sit bones, and that will help you be more stable. And then on the inhale, bend the right knee and hug it to the chest. Bring the sole of the right foot to the floor with about a palm's width between the inseam of the leg and the inseam of the foot. On the inhale, bring both arms wide and overhead. And then on the exhale, fold inside the leg, round the back, bring the hands to the leg or the foot, wherever. And then flip the palms and inhale, come up. That's 2 wide Mata. You've got your foot out 2 foot, yeah. And then exhale, come down. Do that one more time. Push down into the right foot to lift the spine. And exhale, go down. And hold whatever you can reach. Breathe. Back rounds, eyes closed, look nabi navel. Relax. And when you're ready, flip the palms, inhale, come up. And as you exhale, dip forward. Wrap the right upper arm in front of the right shin. Sweep the hand behind your back. And then sweep the left arm round. See if you can clasp the hands behind your back. I'll rotate that in and just drop it a little bit there. And then get hold of that. Get hold of that. Yep. Breathe there. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold, 3 breaths. You can just be moving your hands towards each other behind your back. If you can't reach at the moment, that's okay. Anyone else? Good. At the end of your 3 breaths, inhale, look up, keep the bind. And on the exhale, twist and look over your left shoulder. You might be able to shorten the strap or walk the hands down the wrist a little bit. Then inhale, come to the front, lift your chest a little bit more, push down to the right foot, lengthen your spine. Exhale, twist, look over your left shoulder. And then 3 breaths, short inhale, long exhale. Keep the head up, not the chin up, just lift the head, broaden the chest, and then squeeze the grip of the arms into the leg to help you rotate the body. And breathe. Eyes closed, look nose tip. Open up a little bit more like that. And when you're ready, inhale, come to center. Sweep both arms over your head. Interlock your fingers. Exhale, hands behind you 10 inches. Keep the legs as they are. Pratikriya. Inhale, lift the hips up, point the left foot, squeeze the shoulder blades, head goes back. Exhale, slowly down. Inhale, lift hips. Squeeze buttocks, squeeze shoulder blades, bring the head back and try and make Jalandhara Bandha in the back of your neck. So really open the throat. Exhale, slowly down. As you come to the floor, pick the right foot up, put it outside the left leg. You can, and then inhale, bring both arms over your head. And this time, exhale, twist to the right. Choose your variation, Ardha Matsyendrasana, hug the knee. Elbow outside the knee, wrap and bind. You choose. Inhale, lift your chest. Exhale, twist, eyes closed. 3 breaths. Normal inhale, longer exhale. That one bent around the knee. That pulls you more into a more upright position. And so you can take the weight out of the back hand, otherwise you won't be able to twist. Inhale, come back to center, both arms over the head. Exhale, we meet in Dandasana. Inhale, bring the left knee to your chest, bring the sole of the foot to the floor. Exhale, use your block if you need to, underneath your right hip. Inhale, float the arms over your head. And reach forward and fold down. Bring your left foot a bit further away from your thigh, Jilly. Inhale, come up. Exhale, go down. Do that one more time and hold. Try to get a little bit more release in the hips and the back each time you go down. And then when you get there, don't struggle, just breathe. If the exhale is long. Look Nabi, eyes closed. When you've done your 3 breaths there, you can interlock the fingers and come up. And then the next variation is to fold forward and wrap the arm in front of the thigh, clasp the hands behind your back, or use your strap. If you're going to use the strap, you want to chuck the strap with your right hand into your left hand. And then you do 2 vinyasas, open the chest, look up, exhale, fold, same again, exhale, fold. A bit hard on that side for me. No. What you want to do is fold it in half, like that, and chuck it with that hand. And it sort of falls into that hand, hopefully. You want that up outside your leg. Let go. Must be there. Okay? That's fine. Don't just do that. Just bend the, no, look down, breathe. Look navel. When you've done your 3 breaths, come up and keep the bind. And exhale and twist, look over your left shoulder, 3 breaths. See if you can tighten the bind. Inhale, come to center. Lift the chest. Stamp everything down, the leg down, the foot down, left the spine. Exhale, twist, look over your right shoulder. 3 breaths. Got to open the chest. Just focus on that breath, eyes closed, look nose tip. Nice. And then when you finish your 3 breaths, inhale, come back to center with the arms over the head. We'll meet there, keeping the foot where it is. Take a breath there. And then when you're ready, bring the hands behind you, do the pratikriya, counter posture. 1 vinyasa, second time, hold for a breath. You can, you keep your eyes closed, look nose tip. When you come down, Ardha Matsyendrasana, bring the left foot to the outside of the right leg. Inhale, float the arms, exhale, twist. Take the posture, 3 breaths. Eyes closed, nose tip, double the exhale. You're more comfortable, then there's a little bandha work at the end of the exhale, and that's where the twist really begins to deepen. It's in the pauses between the breaths. Again, bring it into the crook of your elbow, get you more upright. Hand on the floor, head back towards me, chin down, lift. When you've done the 3 breaths, make your way back to the center. We'll meet in Dandasana. When you're ready, cross the ankles, hands to the floor. Chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Take a full breath in and out in down dog, then hop forward, Utkatasana. Come into the forward bend, and then we'll meet in Tadasana. Let me move that out your way, Andy. You go back to where you started, which is standing in Tadasana, all the way through the Vinyasa sequence of lead and return. And you end up where you started. Okay, so just to be clear about that, so if you look at the practice, you see it says at the beginning, lead and return. So the lead starts from here and goes through the sun salutation kind of sequence until you're on your back in Sukhasana. And then when you come out, you go through the Chaturanga, up dog, down dog, hop forward, Utkatasana, forward fold, all the way up, exhale. And so you that's the return. So the lead is what takes you down to the floor, and the return is what takes you from the floor back to standing. Yeah? Does that make sense? So that completes the sequence. It like puts the bookends on the sequence. And that is the Marichiasana A Vinyasa sequence that we just did. Inhale, bring the arms to shoulder level, palms down, chin down, look navel. Exhale, go down halfway. Chin down. Inhale, come up. And when you go down, you can let the weight go a little bit more into the heels, so you can try and keep your chest up a bit more. You don't have to lean forward so much. Exhale, go down. Try and keep the chest back and the shoulders down. Keep the chin down, look into your navel. And now take a breath there. Good. And then separate the knees and exhale, go all the way down. Good. Sit down, come onto your back. Sukhasana, feet together, arms beside the body. How are you doing, Andy? You seem to be managing all right. You okay?
Yeah. Knees.
Okay, preparation for shoulder stand. Inhale, bring both arms over the head. Exhale, bend both knees, hug the knees to the chest. Squeeze the knees down. Inhale, arms over the head, extend both legs. Back to where you started, to the floor. So scoot the feet along the floor, arms over the head. Exhale, bend the knees, hug the knees in. Take an inhale, take a long exhale. Hold the breath out, squeeze knees down more. Good. And then release the grip, extend the legs and the hands towards the ceiling, palms facing the altar. Straight up, like dying fly. Extend the fingers strongly and the toes, point the toes to the ceiling. Draw your lower back down, strong Ujjayi breath. Pull the back down, stretch everything up. And then exhale, bring the hands to the floor only. Lift the head and the chest, look at the navel. Take a breath. Nabhidharshana, gazing at the navel. And then inhale, bring the head to the floor. Exhale, bend the knees and bring the heels close to your buttocks. Keep the hands on the floor. Inhale, lift your hips up. You can touch the heels with the fingertips and rock your shoulders under, or you can hold your ankles if that's comfortable. Exhale down. And then inhale, come up. Hold for one breath. Exhale. Eyes closed, look hard. Inhale, expand the chest more, squeeze the shoulder blades more, lift the hips more, push the sacrum up more. Slowly exhale all the way down. When you're ready, come into your shoulder stand variation. Do anything you need to do. You can have your buttocks on a block, you can have your legs up the wall, whatever works for you. All right, that's one. Good, and if you're in shoulder stand, just start off with a nice gentle half shoulder stand with your legs at a bit of an angle, and get your breath going first. Get your breath and your face completely relaxed, the throat relaxed, and the gaze turned down into Kantakupa, the back of the throat, little home of Ujjayi. Watch the Ujjayi there and relax. Keep calm. You're right there, Andy. Yeah. And if you're comfortable, you can come into a straighter position. Walking your elbows in, your hands down your back, get a little bit lighter and longer. But you've got to keep relaxed in the face. You can stay still, or if you're comfortable, exhale, bend the right knee towards the forehead, keeping the heel close to the buttock, and stretch up strongly through the left leg. And then inhale, come up. Exhale, change. Inhale, come up. Exhale, change. Inhale up. Ujjayi, please. Exhale, change. Inhale up. Exhale, both knees. Completely empty your lungs, hold the breath out. Mula Dhyana Bandha. Inhale, both legs up. Exhale, plow. Inhale, both legs up. Lift a little more. Exhale, plow. Inhale, both legs up. Stay there for a couple more breaths, or exhale, drop over into bridge. One leg at a time, or both legs together. And then when you're ready, go on, you're there. Well done. You can kick back up into shoulder stand if you want. And then slowly make your way down. And then come into fish pose, 3 breaths. And the breath really high under the collarbones. Eyes closed, nose tip. Push into the elbow and lift your chest up. Not your hips. Your chest, that's it. Now drop your head back. Head touches the floor. Push chest up. Breathe here. When you've done your 3 breaths, come down. Arms should be straight under the body, Barbara. So they're really trying to touch your heels. And it'll rock your shoulder. Yes, that brings your shoulder blades together. And then when you're ready, come onto your back and relax. Feet wider than your hips, arms away from your sides, palms facing upwards in a gesture of surrender. Shoulders away from the ears. Roll the head gently from side to side. Come back to the center, tuck your chin down. Switch off Ujjayi and completely relax. Relax your feet, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, hamstrings, hips, whole pelvic region. And relax your legs. Buttocks, lower back, upper back, spinal muscles, completely relaxed. Stomach, intestines, liver, kidneys, completely relaxed. Left lung, right lung, chest, heart, completely relaxed. Thumbs, fingers, palms, wrists, forearms, elbows, upper arms, shoulders, neck, completely relaxed. Throat, tongue, inside of the mouth, teeth, upper lip, lower lip, jaw, cheeks, left eye, right eye, both eyes completely relaxed. Breath completely relaxed, quiet. Temples, forehead, crown of head, back of head, ears, nose, scalp, completely relaxed. Whole body and all the facial muscles completely relaxed. Be aware of the breath in the tips of your nostrils. Feel the movement of air in the tips of the nostrils. Slightly cooler air moving in, and slightly warmer, moistened air moving out. And completely relaxed. Deep in your breath. Feet together and your arms by your side. Inhale, arms over your head. Stretch your left side, stretch your right side, stretch your whole body. Make your way into seated posture or meditation. Sit up with a nice long spine, kneeling or cross-legged. You can have your hands in Chin Mudra, first finger to thumb, palms facing up. Yan Mudra, first finger to thumb, palms facing down. Or dominant hand in passive hand in the lap, Dhyana Mudra. Or fingers interlocked with the thumbs touching. Whatever feels the most natural for you. Main thing is that you're comfortable and you're on the front edge of your sit bones. And you've got a nice, natural, comfortable spine. The head is balanced so it feels weightless. The eyes are softly closed. And natural, smooth, quiet breath. I'd like you to take your mind out of the room and out into the landscape. And listen to the furthest sound you can hear. If you don't hear a sound, you listen to the silence in the distance. But you're not in the room. Your mind has traveled out into the space. And then bring your awareness close to the studio, just outside the space of the studio. Listen to a sound in the immediate vicinity outside the studio. And if you don't connect to a sound, listen to the silence. Whatever you may hear, you don't need to identify it. You don't need to name it. You just need to be aware of it. And then draw your awareness into the studio space and listen to a sound in the studio space. And then listen to the sound of your own breath. Don't make the breath create a sound, just the sound of the natural breath. Very subtle. Be aware that you're breathing in and that you're breathing out. And you feel that breath in the tips of your nostrils. then follow the breath down. And listen to the sound of the breath in your lungs. Become aware, become aware that the breath originates in the center of the chest and returns to the center of the chest. And then listen to the sound of the beating of your own heart. And listen to the sound of the blood as the blood moves through your veins. And then listen to the vibration of your body. And the vibration of your body is Om. Listen to the vibration of the mantra Om in your own mind body. Floods out into every cell of your body on the inhale. Contracts back into the heart center on the exhale. You don't need to say the word Om, you listen to the vibration of your own mind and body. And then listen to the silence. And a totally clear, uncluttered mind. Listen to the silence of your own mind and body. Begin to deepen your breath. Bring your hands into Anjali Mudra by your head. Inhale deeply for Om. Om. Asato ma sakkamaya tamaso ma jyote gamaya mricho ma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om peace peace peace. Om Bolu Sakar Bhagavan ki jai. Remind yourself the intention made for your practice. Namaste.